All right, so in this video, we're still on lesson 2 of unit 2, and this is about Pascal's triangle. So in the last video, we talked about how to, derive that triangle, how to get those numbers, and also how to use those numbers with addition binomials raised to higher powers. All right, so in this video, I'm going to look specifically at subtraction. So if you'll look at this example at the top, this particular one is an addition, and you'll notice that all of your answers, or all of your terms rather, are positive. But when you have a subtraction problem and you do all the work, then what happens is your signs will end up alternating. All right, so I don't really want you to pay as much attention to this, because when we set up these problems, it's actually going to do the alternating of signs all by itself. Okay, and so this right here, if this is x minus 2 to the 4th power, remember, whatever that exponent is, you need to have one more triplet than you have an exponent. All right, so since this is the 4th power, we need 5 triplets, because the countdown is 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, so remember, in this middle column right here, we're going to put the first term. So it says x, but that's the same thing as 1x. And then in this last column, we're putting the minus 2, or negative 2 in this case. All right, so if it's positive, you keep it positive. If it's negative, you make it negative. All right, so then for our exponents, we always start with a 4, and then we count down. So 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And then instead of counting down for the constant piece, we count up. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, one other thing that's going to help you in the next session is that these exponents always add up to whatever you start with. So 4 plus 0 is 4, 2 plus 2, 4, 1 plus 3, 4, and so on. All right, so that'll help you later. All right, so that's where these two come from. This first column, remember, is your Pascal number. So we go to row 4, and we're expecting 5 numbers, right? Because we have 5 places to put in a number. So if I look at my Pascal triangle and I go to row 4, I have 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. So those are the numbers that I'm going to use. All right, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. Now we just need to do the math. All right, so we're going to use our calculator, and I'm going to have 1 in parentheses, 1 to the 4th power, and then negative 2 to the 0. And I got 1. So that's 1 and then x to the 4. Then I'm going to do it with a second set. So I'm going to have 4 and then 1 to the 3rd power, and then negative 2 to the 1st power. And I got negative 8. So negative 8 x to the 3rd. All right, and do it again with the 6. 1 to the 2nd power, and then negative 2 to the 2nd power. And I got 24 x squared. Do it again with the 4. 1 to the 1st power, negative 2 to the 3rd power. And then I get negative 32 x. And then this last one, I would have the 1, a 1 to the 0, and then a negative 2 to the 4th power. And I got 16. So notice that it automatically alternated. It's like positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. And that's going to always happen. All right, so my answer would be the 1x to the 4 minus 8x cubed plus 24x squared minus 32x plus 16. And that's expanding that binomial. All right, so the second example on the page has 4x minus 3 to the 3rd power. You'll notice that I have 4 triplets because it's always one more than the exponent. In the middle, I'm going to put the 4x. At the end, I'm going to put the negative 3. Remember, the x's count down, so I start with a 3. So I have 3, 2, 1, 0. The constants count up 0, 1, 2, 3. And then I need my Pascal number, so I know I need to go to row 3, and I'm expecting 4 numbers, right? So row 3, 1, 3, 3, 1. And those are the numbers that I put in that Pascal spot. 1, 3, 3, and 1. So in the calculator, I'm going to have a 1, a 4 to the 3rd power, and then a -3 to the 0 power. Remember, you need to put these numbers in parentheses, okay? Otherwise, it may mess up. So I get 64 x cubed. Then I'm going to do the same one. I'm going to do this a little bit quicker so that I can get through this. But I got -144, and then it'll be x squared. Do it again, and I'm going to get +108. And then do it again, and I get -27. All right, so I would end up with 64x cubed minus 144x squared plus 108x minus 27. All right, and then that is that binomial expanded. All right, so there's some practice problems for you to do on the page. And I also want to talk to you about what happens if they ask you for only a specific term. All right, so if you look at this page, this is page 10, sometimes they're going to say, okay, well, what is the 5th term? What is the 4th term? And so on. All right, so we'll be getting to that in the next video.